UNT bans drag shows on campus following the lead of other schools. We'll explain why this happened.
UNT men's basketball has its man. We'll introduce you to the new coach of the Mean Green. A Denton native returns to American Idol tonight after an audition that captivated the country. We'll take you live to a watch party.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV Nightly News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on ntTV Nightly News. I'm Aaron Erie.
And I'm Lucy Ritchie. The University of North Texas is under investigation by the U.S. Department of Education's Office for Civil Rights on 2 levels. The most recent is for alleged anti-Semitic action on the UNT campus. ntTV has reached out to the university for clarification of what that means. The school has stated it is cooperatively in the investigation. Meanwhile, earlier this month, the Department of Education launched an investigation into what they called the race exclusionary practices in the graduate programs. Finally, this all comes complaints from state lawmakers about an art exhibit that was alleged to be pro-Palestinian and anti-Semitic. The UNT Board of Regents has now requested the administration to develop policies regarding art in public places at the school.
Another type of presentation here on the UNT campus is off the books, at least for now.
ntTV's Alana Woodard joins us now with more on that aspect of changes on our campus. Alana?
Thank you guys. UNT announced Friday that all drag performances will be banned on campus. The UNT system chancellor directed the presidents of each campus to pause all performances across the system. This ban comes after President Trump's executive order that said federal funding could be withheld if a university participated in the promotion of gender ideology. The ban on drag shows has raised some concerns about the First Amendment being violated. One judge of the Southern District of Texas said that in recent years, freedom of speech across all campuses has been challenged. Meanwhile, the UNT Board of Regents supports the chancellor's efforts to align with state and federal laws, including executive orders. That's all I have for you guys. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Alana. And while the curtain has gone down on drag shows on the UNT campus, that wasn't the case at Texas A&M. The annual Draggyland show took place as scheduled on Thursday, but there was a counter event at the same time, a prayer vigil. The drag show supporters see the event as an opportunity to showcase an art form and expressing the differences of people and their opinions. At the same time, a prayer vigil was held by the students who disapprove of the drag show event. But instead of conflict, there was a consensus that both sides could move forward to voice their opinions. One student called it peaceful coexistence, and that shows progress on their campus.
Aaron, I am loving all of this blue that everyone is wearing in the station today. It just reminds me of the warm weather and blue skies that we've been having.
Well, I'm happy that we could all get the memo because the Texas skies came in full force today, and I can only hope that that continues.
Me too, but I really hope the spring pollen goes away. Let's send it on over to our weather anchor, Isabel Price, to find more. Izzy?
Yeah, you guys, the blue looks great in the studio, looks great in the skies, and spring is here, which means spring weather is here, but it also means the pollen is here. And I don't know about you guys, but I've definitely been feeling it. But let's take a look at our conditions outside. Currently it's 68. It feels like 66 with about 9 miles an hour wind. Tonight it'll be it'll be 57. It'll feel like 54 with about 7 miles an hour wind. Clear skies, nothing too crazy if you got plans tonight. Tomorrow at around noon, it'll be 70. It'll feel like 72 with 12 miles an hour wind, which definitely will unfortunately have that pollen. But I'll be right back with our 7-day forecast. Let's kick it back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Izzy. The start of spring also means that baseball season is here. Our Rangers got off to a great start by winning their first series against Boston, but it's another American League team taking national headlines. The New York Yankees bashed 9 home runs in a single game Saturday. The bats that some Yankees hitters were using caught the eyes of several fans. This new innovation is called the torpedo bat. They're designed with more wood in the area of the back most likely to make impact with the ball. Despite some concerns, Major League Baseball has confirmed these bats are legal. Now players on several other teams are asking to use these bats as well. We'll see how the baseball season unfolds with many stars using this headline-making hardware.
With a possible new look on the baseball diamond, there is a definite new look on the UNT basketball court. Our sports anchor Seth Wickman has more on the future of Mean Green Hoops. Seth?
Yeah, guys, the day has come. UNT has lost its head basketball coach once again. Ross Hodge accepted a job over at West Virginia last week in the middle of the Mean Green's Invitational Tournament run. He will finish coaching through the NIT with the semifinal being tomorrow night in Indianapolis against the UC Irvine. But athletic director Jared Mosley decided to act fast in hiring a replacement in Daniel Robinson from Cleveland State. Now, he's got 3 20-win seasons under his belt, including 23 this year, and a second-place finish in the Horizon Conference. Mosley kept the defensive identity in mind when hiring Robinson, as he had the Vikings ranked first in defense in his conference and 13th in the country, only allowing 66 points per game. Now, only time will tell if this hire will work out, but I'll have more on sports later in the newscast. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Seth. While the UNT men's team has a new face, there's another up-and-coming star with ties to Denton.
Jesus, take the wheel, take it from my hands.
This American Idol hopeful returns to TV tonight. We'll take you live to her watch party here in Denton. Prices usually only go one way, and that's up, but our segment anchor London Stewart may have some good news about one poultry item that may be on its way down. London?
Thanks, Aaron. With Easter just a few weeks away, consumers will be on the search for reduced egg prices. The demand for eggs usually increases during this time of the calendar. So, could shoppers be paying more as the holiday approaches? In today's Consumer Watch, let's take a look at what's happening to egg prices. The high prices on eggs may be starting to crack. Last week, the wholesale price for white large egg fell 26 cents to $3 per dozen, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. In the month of March, prices consistently come down each week, and this is due to a wide variety of factors such as fewer avian flu cases and decreased demand. The Trump administration pledged $1 billion to help combat the avian flu crisis, including purchasing eggs from other countries like Mexico and Turkey. However, with Easter and Passover arriving, the search for eggs is expected to rise. Experts are worried that the spring migration could make avian flu cases go up. Egg prices are not the only hot topic in the food market. I would not suggest moving hasty in this manner because experts have found another issue. A food manufacturer has recalled more than 212,000 pounds of egg substitute from store shelves because the products could contain bleach. The items included in the recall are 32-ounce carton of eggs, Beaters original, cage-free original, and cage-free original frozen liquid substitutes with certain use-by dates. Bob Evans Better End eggs made with real egg whites is also part of the pool. The recall items have a G1804 on the carton. If you have any in your fridge, you're urged to throw it out. There's a possibility the products were sent to distributors and food service institutions nationwide. There are no reports on anyone getting sick, and the USDA says the risk is insignificant. To be on the safe side, many healthcare professionals recommend following the necessary precautions. That's all I have for you today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, London. Food insecurity here in Denton is on the rise and comes with many challenges. One of Denton's own overcame these challenges, and here's what I found. Take a look. After 2 generations of poverty, Denton resident Stacy Young has broken that cycle and is finally able to cook a meal without worrying if there will be enough for tomorrow.
I remember one time we had potatoes and bacon, and that was it. Yeah, and we made it, and my kids still tell me, they're like, Mom, I remember that one time that you made it. And maybe the reason they remember is because I was so stressed out over it.
For a long time, Stacy faced food insecurity, something more and more single women in Denton are experiencing. Now she lives in a home, has obtained her master's degree, and has cultivated a healthy lifestyle for her and her family.
But now I'm like, we can actually eat a lot more meat. We can eat a lot more fruit versus just like ramen noodles and cereal.
Stacy eventually found support from places like United Way of Denton, SNAP benefits, and using local food banks like Denton Community Food Center and the Denton Freedom House Food Pantry. But there's one thing that Stacy says is key in getting women out of these situations.
But community was the answer, and having like the food pantry and having Stacy call me, I was like, oh my gosh, yes.
Her story is a reminder that recovery and freedom is possible, and that no one faces hunger alone. Centers all around Denton are working together to create a brighter future for single mothers. If you or someone you know is facing food insecurity, resources are available. And if you want to help, your time, your voice, or donation can make a difference. Thank you to the Denton community for all of their insight on this issue and allowing me to spread awareness.
Lucy, as lovely as this weather has been, I've heard that later on in the week we might be getting some more rain.
I also heard that as well, but I haven't broken out my rubber boots yet for the summer, so this will give me the opportunity to do so.
Well, let's go on and ask our weather anchor Isabel Price about how we can stay dry this week with all of the rain. Izzy?
Yeah, you guys, the weather's looking good right now, but later on in the week, even as early as tomorrow afternoon, we're definitely going to be seeing some of those spring showers. But first, let's take a look over at our local map. It's 68 right here at home in Denton, 67 in McKinney, 71 in Dallas, 70 in Fort Worth, and 67 in Graham. Let's kick it over to our state map. Like I said, 68 here at home, 74 in Shreveport, 79 over in El Paso, and 82 in Houston, with Amarillo and Oklahoma City reflecting kind of the weather that we're going to be seeing later on as we go into the week. Now, what everyone's here for, let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. So, like I said, tomorrow it'll be 77 with a low of 67 with a 30% chance of rain sneaking in around the afternoon. On Wednesday, it'll be 82 and will drop to 55 with a 70% chance of rain. So definitely start bringing those umbrellas with you. On Thursday, it'll be 70 with a low of 64 with a 50% chance of rain. Friday is our rainiest day. It's definitely going to rain pretty much everywhere across the state. 77 with a low of 64, again with a 90% chance of rain. Saturday, as we transition over into the weekend, it'll stop raining, but it'll still be windy and a lot colder than we're used to seeing for right now. It'll be partly cloudy with a high of 61 and a low of 48 with a 40% chance of rain. But as we go back over into our week, next week it'll be 58 on Sunday with a low of 37. And then as we go into Monday, it'll be 67 with a low of 42, and it'll start warming up. So definitely just bring those raincoats with you guys, bring those umbrellas, and dress warm. But now, it's spring after all, and here in North Texas, that means severe weather is always a possibility. We'll be watching our current batch of storms closely, and our live shot reporter, Micah Talley, has information that can help you stay safe during this season. Micah?
Thanks, Izzy. Jumping into the spring weather here in North Texas, it's important to know what these different weather alerts mean. A severe weather watch is a warning that conditions are favorable for severe weather to possibly develop and that residents should keep a close eye out. Meanwhile, a severe weather warning means severe weather is occurring and officials suggest residents to take action immediately. Examples of a warning are severe thunderstorms, flash floods, and tornadoes. So make sure to grab your shiny rain boots and your favorite umbrella for the rain coming later on this week, and stay safe, stay warm, and stay dry. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Micah. If you are looking for something to do on these gloomy days, check this out.
A new exhibit honoring the Titanic has opened in Dallas, and our reporter Cynthia Mendoza is here with more. Cynthia?
That's right, guys. The tragedy of the Titanic happened over a century ago, and the story still fascinates people all around the world. The new Titanic exhibit in Dallas brings the story and history to life. ntTV's Adriana Rivera takes a closer look at how it honors the lives lost that day.
More than a century after its tragic sinking, the story of the Titanic continues to captivate. The Titanic exhibit lets you step back in time with artifacts and personal stories, showing both the luxury of the ship and its tragic end. Join me for a one-of-a-kind, exciting experience as we explore the Titanic's legacy in this immersive exhibit. Here's Nora Franklin.
It's so exciting for me. I was a theater educator for 26 years, and I retired and accepted this position as the general manager. And it is always exciting to me to see the younger generation come in. We've had them come in costume, fully ready to immerse themselves in the exhibit. They've told me facts from the littlest bitty 7, 8, 9-year-old up to, teenagers. They really do know about the history. It is really exciting to hear some of the stories that they come in and telling, and how excited they are to get to see some of the actual stories within our exhibit.
While younger generations may have not witnessed the Titanic's tragedy firsthand, the enduring interest in the story speaks to its cultural significance. Understanding this history helps us reflect on the lessons it carries, lessons of caution, heroism, and the fragility of life.
I love to be able to layer in those lesser known facts. It's neat to see their faces light up when they hear new stories, things that they may not be familiar with. That seems to be the most rewarding part of doing this job.
If you want to learn more about the Titanic, be sure to visit the Titanic exhibition in Dallas, Texas. With ntTV, I'm Adriana Rivera.
You can get your tickets now at thetitanicexhibition.com/exhibition. That's all I have. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Cynthia. The threat of a TikTok ban may be over, and we'll show you what the president has said about a possible deal.
And later, an up-and-coming star from Denton might become the next American Idol. We'll tell you where you can go to hear from the star herself tonight. The measles outbreak in Texas and neighboring states is only getting worse, with more than 450 cases now confirmed. Experts say there are likely many more people who have the measles but have not reported it. New reporting says the Centers for Disease Control is ordering staff members to not release crucial information about the outbreak that could lead people to get the MMR vaccine. Critics say that may be part of HHS Secretary Robert Kennedy's anti-vaccine stance. Lawmakers say this outbreak, which began in a Mennonite community in West Texas, is a difficult situation.
This particular outbreak in Texas is concerning. We've got 400 people now in Texas that now have measles. This broke out in a religious community that they're opposed to any vaccines based on religious grounds. That's a little more tricky in our system. We're obviously not going to push people to be able to violate their faith. But as you mentioned, I've been vaccinated for measles. My family has been. I hope one day my grandchildren are.
A large number of the measles cases are in children. Almost all of them are in people who were not vaccinated or whose vaccination status is unknown.
A new twist in the on-again, off-again saga of TikTok. President Trump is telling the millions of Americans who use TikTok to expect a deal soon that will prevent the popular app from being banned again. Trump previously set a deadline of this coming Saturday for TikTok to either find a non-Chinese buyer or face a nationwide ban in the U.S. There have been concerns that China's government could get access to TikTok users' information, but the president says he's confident the app will stay up and running.
TikTok, we have a lot of potential buyers. There's tremendous interest in TikTok. The decision is going to be my decision, as you know, through Congress. They've given me the power to make the decision. We have a great team of people essentially taking bids.
A law passed last year led to this potential ban, and TikTok's parent company continues to deny that it shares any user information with the Chinese government.
It is a big night for American Idol fans, especially here in North Texas. Denton's own Brianna Nix will be back on TV after a heartfelt audition that brought one of the judges to tears.
And tonight, fans are gathering for a special watch party and meet and greet as Brianna competes in the Hollywood Round. Let's send it to our live shot reporter, Kendall Keaton, who's at the event. It looks like Kendall's live shot is not available, so we're going to move on. And Seth Wickman is here. He is going to be talking about
exciting sports news for all of the Texas teams.
Exciting sports news for all of the Texas teams. I heard he's been talking about Stars and Mavs games going on. So let's send it on over to him, Lucy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seth?
Yeah, guys, it's an exciting time of year. I'll be talking all North Texas pro sports from the hardwood to the ice and to the diamond. It's all after the break, so stick around.
Has this ever happened to you?
My bike! My bike is gone! My bike is gone!
Stolen bikes are an epidemic sweeping college campuses across America.
What am I supposed to do?
It's quite simple. The We Mean Green Fund has partnered with the UNT Police Department to offer free bike locks to any UNT student with a bike. Just show up with your bike in tow and ask.
Now I'll never lose my bike ever again.
Enough worrying. Get your bike lock today.
All right, look up here. 1, 2, 3. Mom, Dad, I got it.
You're right, Mom. I have.
All right, don't look now, but the Mavericks, they just might be catching some momentum despite experiencing probably the most painful season imaginable. Last Saturday, the Mavericks faced the Bulls in Chicago and beat them 120-119. Klay Thompson led the team in points, scoring 20 with 5 threes, and PJ Washington was right behind him with 19 points, and Spencer Dinwiddie was dishing it out all night, racking up 11 assists along with his 14 points. Now, this was Anthony Davis's third game back from his injury, and Dallas is 4-0 with AD on the starting lineup. Along with AD coming back, Daniel Gafford is probable to come back from his injury in tonight's home game against the Brooklyn Nets, and Derek Lively is also listed as questionable. The Mavs have 7 games left in the regular season and sit at 9th in the West, meaning if things go well, they will have to win the play-in to get into the postseason. All right, now on the other side of Dallas, things for the Stars are looking very bright. Last Saturday, the team traveled to Seattle to take on the Kraken, and things were clicking offensively for Dallas. The Stars secured a strong win, beating out Seattle 5-1. Team chemistry is through the roof, as there were 8 players who got credit for at least 1 assist, and 5 different players scoring goals in Mikko Rantanen, Rupi Hintz, Jason Robertson, Mason Marchment, and Wyatt Johnson. This win put the Stars' record at 48-21-4. The team plays the Kraken again tonight in Seattle at 9 o'clock, and Dallas is currently in position to grab a 2 seed with 9 regular season games left. All right, with the other 2 sports approaching their postseasons, the Rangers are just getting started. Texas finished off its season opening series against the Boston Red Sox yesterday. The Rangers scored first in the second inning on an Ezekiel Duran sacrifice fly, and Boston later took the lead, but Texas grabbed it right back thanks to 2 home runs from Wyatt Langford and Adolis Garcia. Texas won 3-2. They are now 3-1 on the season, going for win number 4 as they take on Cincinnati right now. But that's all I got for sports, so back to you guys at the desk.
Aaron, so I know you were excited about hearing Brianna Nix's story from Kendall, but we did get Kendall back, so let's send it on over to her.
That's right, we're here at the American Idol watch party and meet and greet at the Don Camilio Italian Cuisine restaurant, where friends and family and fans have gathered to cheer on Brianna Nix as she competes in the Hollywood round. And let me tell you, the energy in here is incredible. Brianna's journey has already been filled with unforgettable moments, including bringing Carrie Underwood to tears with her emotional performance of Jesus Take the Wheel. And now everyone here is eating and anxiously waiting to see if she makes it to the next round. I'm here with Brianna now, but Brianna, you've gotten so much love and support here tonight. What has it meant to you to have your hometown rally behind you for this journey?
Man, it's been crazy. I feel so overwhelmed with love and gratitude, and just I'm so thankful. It's been everything, honestly.
Of course. And your performance has already made an impact on Carrie Underwood. What was it like seeing her reaction to that?
I remember walking in there just being like so afraid. Like I was facing the biggest fear ever that, I couldn't do this, is what I told myself my whole life. And when I walked in there, I was not expecting a golden ticket. I was really just expecting to get through it and face that fear and say I did it. And then for her to just pour out her love on me, like I still am speechless about it. It's just been wonderful.
And so I know all eyes are on you during like Hollywood week tonight. So I know they brought back Idol Arena. So how was the feeling and like performing in that arena that day?
So surprisingly, like we're all against each other, right? We're trying to compete for that American Idol spot, but going into Idol Arena, it is intimidating, but it felt like a big family. That's what it really felt like. Everyone was just supporting each other, loving each other, and it's family. It's Idol family, you know?
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much, and we would just like to let you know, no matter what happens, Denton is so proud, and we will be cheering and watching Brianna on every step of the way. So be sure to tune in tonight to see what's next for Brianna in her journey on American Idol. That's all we have for you guys. Back to you guys at the desk.
Kendall, I hope you're having as much fun out there as we had watching you here in the studio, and thank you for watching ntTV Nightly News.
Join us again tomorrow at noon and tomorrow evening at 6 here on North Texas Television.